Hi dear children, welcome to the next session on the chapter Microbes in Human Welfare. Next we are going to learn about the importance of microbes in sewage treatment. What is sewage? Sewage is the municipal wastewater or the wastewater collected in all the municipalities called as sewage. It contains large amount of organic waste and water. This organic waste, majority of the organic waste is the human excreta along with certain pathogenic bacteria. The sewage cannot be directly discharged into water bodies like rivers and streams because it is containing large amount of organic matter and it can disseminate a large number of waterborne disease due to the pathogens present in it. So before discharging, it has to be treated, and they are treated in specialized plants called as sewage treatment plant. And this sewage treatment plant, it makes use of the heterotrophic bacteria which is already present in the sewage. Sewage treatment plant, in order to treat the sewage, has two stages or two events. The first is the primary treatment, or else it is called as the physical treatment. And second is the biological treatment or the secondary treatment. We will learn in detail. The primary treatment is the physical removal of the large and small debris, and it is done with the help of two processes, filtration and sedimentation. In filtration, the floating debris like pieces of cloth, plastic bottles, polythene cars, everything is removed by sequential filtration using wired mesh screens, and this is called as filtration. After filtration, they are sent to settling tanks where the second process called as sedimentation takes place. Here the solid waste, which is called as a grit. The grit includes small pebbles and soil. This undergoes sedimentation, and the sedimented solid waste is called as the sludge, the primary sludge, and the supernatant is called as the primary effluent. So after primary treatment, we obtain the primary sludge and the primary effluent. The primary effluent is sent for secondary treatment, or else it is called as the biological treatment. In the secondary treatment, the primary effluent is sent to large aeration tanks where they are mechanically agitated, constantly mechanical agitation, and air supply is given to them. And as a result, the useful aerobic microbes, aerobic means which require oxygen for their survival. When air is supplied, it results in the rapid or vigorous growth of these aerobic microbes, which results in the formation of flocs. Flocs, what are flocs? They are masses of bacteria which are associated with fungal filaments to form a mesh-like structure, and that is called as flocs. This flocs, it is having a great importance. What does it do? It starts to degrade the organic matter which is present in the primary effluent. All the organic matter is starting to reduce due to the action of this aerobic bacteria. And as a result, BOD comes down. What is this BOD? Biochemical oxygen demand. So the biochemical oxygen demand, it refers to the amount of oxygen which is uptaken by the aerobic microorganisms in order to degrade or oxidize the organic matter present in 1 liter of water. Or it is a measure of the organic matter which is present in the sample water. It gives us the measure of the amount of oxygen which is needed to be utilized by the microorganisms. So greater BOD means there is greater amount of organic matter in the water. Greater organic matter means greater BOD. Greater BOD means there will be very less amount of oxygen which can be utilized by the aquatic organisms present in the water. So this is an indication of the pollution potential. In the aeration tanks, the organic matter is degraded by the aerobic bacteria until and unless the BOD comes down. Once the BOD is reduced, it is sent to the next step, that is, it is sent to the settling tank where the flocs, they start to settle down. The flocs, which is including the fungal filaments and the bacteria, settle down, and the settled down sediment is called as the activated sludge. The activated sludge, some amount of it is sent back to the aeration tank where it is acting as an inoculant so that it can be multiplied to form the flocs. Whereas the majority amount of the activated sludge is sent into anaerobic sludge digester. What do you mean by anaerobic? In the absence of oxygen. So those organisms which do not require oxygen is called as anaerobes. So in the anaerobic sludge digester, the anaerobic bacteria, they start to degrade the bacteria and fungal filaments. And thus in this process, it produces a large amount of gases like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide and methane, which is nothing but a mixture of gases called as biogas, which is used as an alternative source of energy or as a fuel. So the secondary effluent which is formed is now less in organic matter, or it is less polluting, and then it is sent into natural water bodies like rivers and streams so that it does not pollute that water bodies. So this is the steps which is done in a sewage treatment plant. The Ministry of Forestry and Environment has initiated the Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan in order to save our major rivers from getting polluted due to the sewage which is being discharged, which is rich in organic matter. And these action plans proposes the starting of many sewage treatment plants in order to make the sewage less polluting and thus getting released into the natural water bodies. So that's about sewage treatment with the help of microorganisms. Next, we'll understand the production of biogas. Biogas is a mixture of gases produced by the breakdown of the organic matter in the absence of oxygen, that is anaerobically. In the absence of oxygen, the microorganisms which helps in the breakdown are called as the anaerobes, and these anaerobic bacteria are called as methanogens or methanobacteria. The raw materials which is used for the production of biogas can be sewage, municipality waste, household waste, plant material, green waste, food waste. All these can be acting as a source of raw material for biogas production. And a large quantity of gas is produced, a mixture of gases which contains a large amount of carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, methane, hydrogen. These mixture of gases is called as the biogas. The biogas is produced in biogas plant. The biogas production technology was initiated in India due to the joint effort of IARI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, and KVIC, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. So in a biogas plant, it contains of a concrete tank which is acting as a digester. It's having an inlet pipe which is used to let in the feedstock, and it's having an outlet pipe to recover the biogas which is being produced. So through the inlet, the bio waste along with the slurry of dung is fed into the digester, and in the digester it undergoes anaerobic digestion to produce the biogas, and the slurry which is being fed into the digester is covered by a floating lid, and as the gas is produced, the floating lid starts to raise up. And the gas which is produced is recovered with the help of outlet pipes which is connected to pipes to nearby houses, which is used for cooking and lighting purposes. And the spent slurry or the used up slurry is removed through another outlet which is acting as a fertilizer to enhance the quality of the soil. So this is about biogas production within the biogas plant. Next, we are going to see the importance of microbes as biocontrol agents. What do you mean by biocontrol? Biocontrol refers to the use of biochemical pathways by the microorganisms in order to control the attack of plant pests and diseases. We know usually in order to enhance the production of crops, the plants are subjected to chemical pesticides and insecticides, and these chemicals are highly toxic. It's poisonous. It is going to degrade. It degrades the environment. It is causing a loss of harm to the organisms, including humans and many other animals who are residing in that particular ecosystem. So biocontrol methods are used to control the attack of pests and insects, and it makes uses of the principle of natural predation rather than using chemicals. What is predation? It is a type of interaction in which one organism feeds on the other organism by killing it. So here the principle used in biocontrol agents, when microbes are used as biocontrol agents, the principle used is natural predation. We know the latest trend in producing healthy agriculture crops is organic farming. In organic farming, the organic farmer, what does he do? How does he do it? He creates a system in which he considers each and every organism, each and every pest as important. He does not completely eradicate the pest, but what does he do? He keeps them at manageable levels by a system, a complex system of checks and balances. And thus, without the complete eradication of the pest, the organic farmer, he brings up a living and a vibrant ecosystem. In the case of biocontrol agents, when it is used as microbes, they use bacteria, insects, fungi, viruses. The ladybird is used to control aphids. The dragonfly is used to control mosquitoes. When it comes to bacteria, the soil bacteria, Bacillus thuringiensis, it's called as BT, Bacillus thuringiensis, is used to control the attack of butterfly caterpillars, which is a common pest in the crop fields. When it comes to fungi, the fungus Trichoderma is an excellent biocontrol agent in controlling many plant pathogens. It is a free-living fungus which is living in the root ecosystems, and thus helps to control the attack of many plant pathogens. When it comes to viruses, the baculoviruses are pathogenic to many insects and arthropods. They are very important biocontrol agents because they are species specific. They do not cause any harm to the non-targeted organisms. They are used in narrow spectrum insecticidal applications or when an ecologically sensitive area is being treated. Most of the baculoviruses, which is acting as a biocontrol agent, comes under the genus nucleopolyhedroviruses. So that's about biocontrol agents with the help of bacteria, insects, fungi and viruses. So next, the use of microbes as biofertilizers. What are biofertilizers? They are organisms which enhance the quality of the soil. And the biofertilizers which are used are usually bacteria, cyanobacteria and fungi. Rhizobium is a very common bacteria which we know from earlier classes. It is a symbiotic bacteria which lives in a symbiotic relationship with the roots of leguminous plants where they form root nodules. And what is its function? We very well know that it helps to fix atmospheric nitrogen and makes it available to the plants. This is about symbiotic bacteria. There are free-living nitrogen fixers, namely Acetobacter acetospirillum, which is found in soil, which enhances the nitrogen content and thus increases the fertility of the soil. The fungus relationship with the roots of higher plants is called as mycorrhiza, and the most popular fungus is the glomus, which forms mycorrhizal relationship with the roots of plants, angiospermic plants. And what does this mycorrhiza do? It provides a large number of benefits to the plants. It helps to absorb the phosphorus and makes it available to the plants. It retards the attack of root-borne pathogens. It gives resistance against salinity and drought. And so these are the benefits which mycorrhiza provides to the plants. And last is the cyanobacteria. Examples are Nostoc, Anabaena, Oscillatoria. All these are cyanobacteria which helps to increase the fertility of the soil by helping fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere, and thus they increase the organic matter which is present in the soil and makes the soil fertile. Dear children, in this chapter, Microbes in Human Welfare, we learned how microorganisms are acting as our friends and how they are useful to us in many ways. Hope the concept is clear for you. Thank you.